to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E is here. Shalom, Big E. Jay, how are you, my friend?
Pleased to be with you, sir.
Yes.
Starting another week.
Yeah. A lot going on. I hate when we have an explosion of news that starts like Thursday and Friday.
There was a bit of an explosion right after our show on Thursday.
And we'll touch on some of that stuff. We'll touch on OJ coming up and give you our thoughts on that. And Chester Bennington.
God damn it!
Oh, that's just brutal.
That one hurts, dude.
Yeah, that's a bad one. Also, a new press secretary in the White House. Some I guess interesting stuff there. We haven't talked about any of that kind of stuff in a while, but pretty good weekend for all of us, though.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend, dude. Just came over from Hamlin Pub.
Yes.
The hot dog eating contest. The Kowalski quality hot dogs there.
Yeah.
Many hot dogs were had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How'd you think it went, Mike?
I thought it was great, and I want to thank everybody who came out on a Sunday afternoon at noon or 1 o'clock. We honestly had no idea what to expect. Like, usually if we're out somewhere, it's a bar night, and we've got a support staff like, I don't know, Mike Massey with us. And so to have us out there and Kowalski as a sponsor and Hamlin Pub on a Sunday at 1, that's not something we would normally do.
Thanks for everybody for joining us, though. It was a good time. Great to see everybody.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Jay, but I was so amped to see the Big E.
My God.
Take the main stage, and
I mean, with all the shit talk we heard from him over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, huge.
Dude, I'm gonna bury everybody.
Yep.
Fuck you guys.
Yep. I'm gonna go in there and
I'm gonna eat at
that
least,
place.
Would you say 8 to 10? He was gonna put
I
down. It was a 5-minute contest.
Yeah.
Dog and bun, and he was touting 8 to 10. I think is what he said.
I think at first he said 3, and then we went, "Oh, come on, E. A newborn could do 3," and he was like, "Fine, 5." And then when Kowalski was here, I think Michael said, "Dude, 7. You could do 7 in 5 minutes. That's easy." And so I think he agreed that 7 was a number he could get to. And
Did you want to let us know what you ended up with there?
For the fine folks that weren't able to be there,
5 minutes. 5-minute contest.
And this isn't something we sprung on him. I mean, he knew this like weeks in advance.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing was kind of built around him.
He didn't get pulled into this thing like, "Hey, dude, come on over here, sit down and do this." No,
Yeah.
he had time to train.
Yep.
How many did you have, E? In 5 minutes?
0.
Yeah.
Well, I loved what I loved most is Jay brought sweet pie out.
That little sweet pie.
Look at that little poops. And Manny and Russ and Gab, like the whole family was there. And I look over and they've got these long like picnic tables with seats like all over this room, and every seat's taken, and there's people sitting there. They got the giant pitchers of water. And I look over and there's Big E. I find Big E and I'm like, okay, there he is. And I look and sitting directly next to him is the sweet pie. And they both have these massive trays of hot dogs in front of them.
What was it, 12 on each? 10 or
I think
12?
it was like 12, yeah.
Yeah. And so Big E starts, and the room's on fire. I mean, it's lit. The place is going bananas, and go, and everyone's, "Wah!" And E gets, I don't know, maybe half a dog in him and starts gagging.
Yeah.
And they have to bring the puke bucket over.
He gurfed his first dog.
And so he spits something into his hand, and he's like, "I'm not going to puke," and he throws it in the garbage. And then he keeps eating, and in the end, he did not finish the whole dog and bun in 5 minutes.
One hot dog. He didn't even finish one. He worked on one for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was absolutely shameful and embarrassing. And the highlight of my day, for sure, maybe the year for me, was when I went over to E afterwards, because I was making the rounds. There were actual people that were woofing him down. But I went over to E, and I was like, I've got the video rolling. I'm like, "E, how many did you get in?" And he goes, "Almost 1." And I look over at Sweet Pie and I go, "Sweet Pie, how many hot dogs did you eat?" And she holds up 2 fingers. And I'm just like, "Yes! E, you lost to Sweet Pie!"
Eric, do you need a hug?
You lost to that.
Yeah.
The person that made that voice.
The tiny
E.
girl.
I know.
What are you talking about?
What is she, 40 pounds?
I
Soaking
took
wet?
your job. Ha, ha, ha.
She was wearing a pink princess t-shirt, and she had fur ball earrings, E.
know.
Eric, just spit it out already.
I know. It's not my proudest moment for sure.
I'm tired of giving him opportunities to shine.
Dude.
Giving him the pedestal and just saying, stand.
Here's
stand
your
on the
chance.
pedestal.
Shock the world, E. It's time for you to shock the world.
Falls on his face every time.
They're expecting you to do that. I don't know what it is, if it's the
I tried,
pressure.
dude. I just wasn't hungry.
You weren't hungry. Dude, you didn't go hungry to an eating contest? You ate before?
No.
Stopped for lunch on the way?
No,
Yeah.
no, not really. I just wasn't. I was tired and I wasn't hungry. I even tried dipping it into water,
God damn you to hell.
Oh, E.
and that was just made me gag.
I think the water dipping thing is so that the bun will like condense into something smaller and go
Yeah.
down easier, right?
Yeah.
E, you were so far from needing that strategy. Like you just needed to get that first dog in.
Yeah.
I know.
You were so far from needing to dip.
You know what it is, dude? It's the pressure. He folds to the moment.
It's like the state finals in
Yes.
cross country, right? What place did you come in? E?
Second to last.
And
'cause
why
the other
did you
guy-
come in second to last?
Because the one guy got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. He like broke his leg running, and E
Which was,
Barely
one,
beat him.
which was one of the best runners in the state, though, so I
Yeah.
still beat him.
Barely.
I mean, it's amazing to me how much. Like, I don't know if he gets in his own head or
Time
what,
at
but
I was
time.
nervous when she started counting down.
He was, dude. You
Wouldn't
could tell, just
wouldn't you-
visibly.
wouldn't you just like calm it down? Like once you start and it's like, oh my god, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna puke on the first dog. Once you stop, count to 5. Just get
Yes.
your heart rate down and go. All right, let's just get this first dog in. It's a
Just
hot
have fun
dog.
with this.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not gonna win this thing, but let's not be an asshole and lose to a 40-pound girl in a pink T-shirt. Let's just
You're right.
do
That's
that.
a good point, dude. That's what I should have done. I
And
need
then
a
just
coach.
stop and just like put a napkin on, relax.
No, that's a dude. Honestly, that is a really good point. I probably
Yeah.
did just need to like take a breath.
You
and just eat a
spaz,
hot
dude.
dog.
You fucking spaz.
That's what happened. It wasn't even. I don't even.
While my 8-year-old daughter just clinically picked you apart.
Dude, those hot dogs were bigger than her face. She was she's sitting there at one point, and she's got 2 tiny little hands wrapped around this bun, and she's just like,
Yeah.
just woofing this thing in her face.
Oh, she knew the directions. She knew the game here. Apparently, E didn't.
If you go by body weight alone, she probably won the whole contest. You know, at least there were some gamers out there that
Holy shit, man.
That
The guy who
pulled up.
won, you know, we're all used to hearing chestnut numbers, right? We're all used to
Yeah.
hearing Joey Chestnut at the famous one, the Nathan's Dog thing on the 4th of July, putting down like 72 this year in 10 minutes. I mean, that's just ungodly.
Yeah.
So you gotta think of this in context, like mere mortals showing up to Hamlin Pub on a Sunday to do this contest.
Yeah.
This dude, the winner, put away 12.5.
Yeah.
It's nothing to scoff at, in my opinion.
and we, like, the whole room started focusing on him. Like, it was, you know, guys are at 3 dogs, and they're kind of like, oh my god, this is harder than I thought it was going to
That
be.
5 minutes goes quick.
Yeah. And this guy, he was just focused. His eyes are watering. His head looked like it was going to explode. And he's just, I mean, dude, he polished off a tray of dogs and pulled the second tray
Yes.
in. And he was just, his technique was to just fucking choke that bun onto the dog.
He did, dude. He
And
did
he was
like
doing
a
it-
two-handed. He looked very professional.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Well, I knew there was going to be a chance of something when I saw him sitting there with headphones on, like Eminem style, like getting ready to like.
I think I heard Eye of the Tiger coming out of those
No
gates.
way.
I
No.
swear to God. Dude, this guy came in. He had his game face on.
What was his name? Do you remember his name?
Matt.
Matt.
And I tweeted about him. And what happened in this tweet was interesting because somebody responded to my tweet and said, dude, that's the same guy who won the crack fries eating contest yesterday at Hopcat. So this son of a bitch ate apparently 3.25 pounds of crack fries. And then showed up today and ate 12.5 dogs in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I heard his wife was like, what? You're going up there to, you just did this yesterday. You won the contest yesterday with the fries. Now he's like, yeah, I figure I'll give it a shot. Why not? Maybe I actually can have a good showing. And he went up there and dominated.
Dude, that dude's aorta is under significant pressure right now.
Yeah.
It's bulging.
It looks painful, man. It looks painful. And then the guy that came in second place was Nick.
Dude, he was my dark horse.
Yeah,
as soon as
mine
I
too.
heard him telling a story about eating a 4.5-pound burrito in one sitting, I was like,
13
all right,
minutes.
this is the guy. This
Yeah.
is the guy. He's like somewhat thin. You know, he's
Yeah.
he's that dark horse guy, the Kobayashi kind of guy.
Totally
And
agree.
sure enough, he came in second. And then an oak of a man. What was it, Tom?
Yeah, Tom.
Third place, Tom. Holy shit. I mean, he's the type of guy you point to and go, yeah, stereotypical. He should put
Yeah.
down some dogs. And he did, in fact.
He's just a big dude.
Yeah.
Not fat, you know. He's not ripped, but he's not fat. He's just a big guy, and he loves this show. And he was my number 2.
Yeah.
After Nick, because when I heard 4.5-pound burrito, he was like, dude,
That's
the
no
burrito
joke.
was seriously like as big as the plate. I mean,
Think
it
of
was
a
just
5-pound
massive.
weight. You can picture like what a 5-pound
Yeah.
weight, you know, to go on a dumbbell or
I've
something.
never lifted one, but I've seen him in magazines and stuff.
You're essentially eating that. Wow, man. I just,
Yeah.
ugh.
I told him, I was like, dude, I'm not even kidding. A 4-pound burrito I could eat over 2 days. Like, that would be breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast,
Yeah.
lunch, dinner. And he's like, yeah, I polished that off in 13 minutes. I was like, holy crap. But he'd never done the dog one. So
Okay.
he didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But
Well, I bet he didn't eat lunch beforehand.
Yeah.
Like E. I bet he came hungry. Isn't that like rule number 1, dude? I'm going to a dog eating contest. I'm going to be hungry.
Well, the problem is, I guess,
he's got to make some excuse.
Well, no, the problem is, I guess, is like, and I actually tried to be good yesterday because when I get really tired, I just am not hungry until I'm like right now, I'm ready to, on the way home, get like 6 tacos from Taco Bell. But like, in
What's he talking about now? When he's
I was
tired,
hungry.
he's not
I
hungry.
was really
now he's
tired
hungry.
I was really tired from Faster Horses, and I guess I'm just not hungry. And I tried, and I didn't. You know what? I even did not. I held back on drinking on Saturday because I was trying to like take this seriously and not come in today.
I don't like him,
Looking
his
like
giant
shit.
head, or his beady little eyes.
Yeah. Are you embarrassed, E, or do you
Yes.
just like blow it off?
No,
just like, whatever?
I'm actually embarrassed by this. I like hot dogs. I know I can eat.
He didn't
I
eat
want to do
one.
this
Not
again.
one.
He worked on one.
Dude, he worked on one and he
Gurfed it.
dry heaved and then puked.
Yeah.
It was
I-
like essentially DQ'd. And there's a great picture someone posted of E sitting back in his chair looking at Sweet Pie as she's mowing a dog.
Yeah.
I know
He quit.
that I can
Took
eat
a
it.
knee.
I did not take a knee.
Didn't even try to the butthole trick, E.
Yeah. We were screaming, Phil Necro, Vaseline, E. It's time. It's go time.
No,
It's time for your magic weapon.
That was an embarrassing showing.
I mean,
for
I would
sure.
have been satisfied. Honestly, if he started to gurf on the first one, if he just went straight butthole
going butt,
and
yeah.
went 3 in there, and then when it's like, he got 4 in his body.
Right.
I'm happy with
Mouth's
that.
not
Like,
working today. I'll go butthole.
Come on.
Well, thanks to everybody that came out there. It was great seeing a lot of you.
It was fun.
And a lot of you, a lot of the people that participated. It was great, and I hope you guys had a good time. We certainly did, and appreciate you guys showing up to help the sponsors. It's a big deal. So thank
Hey,
you.
Speaking of meat tubes, Michael Kowalski is reminding you that serving size is just a suggestion. So next time you're hungry, trust your gut with Kowalski sausages. Just tell them Mike sent you. Kowalski quality for over 97 years.
I feel like a total Detroit local guy from this weekend. You know, Kowalski sausages. I went by the big giant sausage sign, the
Absolutely.
red one. I
On
went by it.
Holbrook?
Yeah, I went by it last night.
It's
I
a
was
beautiful sign, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's just iconic Detroit, you know. And I went to the DCFC playoff game, and that dude, it was awesome out there. Deuce and I went out there,
Good.
and just had a blast, man. Had some beers. The team looked great. They ended up winning. I think the final was 5-1, and they were down 1-0 when we got in. We got in there just a couple minutes after after the game started. It was like, oh shit, they're down 1-0. Then it was like bang bang. Oh, okay, we're up 2-1, and the place was absolutely packed. And you know,
Nice night.
it was great. Yeah, the weather it got a little bit cloudy. You could still see sky, but there was clouds, so it just cooled down enough to where you weren't just like, oh, that
Yeah.
humidity thing. And I had a couple smart asses tweeting at me like, "Soccer sucks, dude. Everyone, you know, the fake falling down like you're dying. I can't handle it." And I'm like, I'm thinking like, dude, they don't do that here. Like refs let things go, and they don't call games like that. And totally besides that, like admittedly, I'm just not a huge soccer fan. I played it growing up my whole life. I've found the game boring on a professional level, but there is so much more to going out to Keyworth Stadium. It's equally the game, obviously, and good soccer, but the atmosphere, the crowd, the grassroots, the local, like that whole thing, and seeing a crowd from the minute they get there till they leave, they don't stop.
Yeah.
You suck dick! You suck dick! They're yelling at the other team, chanting "You suck dick" at them, dude.
Yeah.
And I was laughing
From
my
like 3
ass off.
feet away.
Yes, and they're just going bonkers, man. And the drums and the smoke. I mean, I'm watching that as much as I'm watching the game.
Yeah, it's sweet, man.
It's kick ass, dude. So I don't know, not to go on and on about it. And they're not a sponsor of ours. I mean, we just went out there, and there were some listeners out there who seemed more excited to meet Deuce than me. It was so funny. Like what?
The Deuced.
Dude, I'm walking. Deuce and I are walking in, and one of the guys comes by and he goes, he's not even looking at me. He just notices my shirt, Dirt Face. He's like, Dirt Face. And then he looks up, he goes, Cult Leader. And so I'm talking to him for a few minutes, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry. This is Deuce. And he goes, what? And he freaks out a little bit. What? And he stops and he just goes, hey, man, I'm really sorry about your dad. Like, he knew about Uwe, and Derek was taken aback by that, and he's like, dude, it was just really cool. It was a fun night, man, and
Glad you had fun.
yeah.
Well, by the way, their next playoff game is at home next Friday.
Are you
Friday,
sure?
Yeah.
I thought they were traveling this week.
Detroit City FC versus Duluth FC, Friday, July 28th at Kenworth Stadium. Isn't that their stadium?
Yeah.
Keyworth?
Keyworth Stadium, 2017.
I swear I heard they were on the road, but okay.
Friday, July 20th. I mean, it's right on their website right here.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
I'm gonna go, dude.
I know you're looking at the computer screen right there, but I'm gonna side with Jay. I bet Jay's probably right.
Dude, that's their website though.
I know.
And I heard they put in a bid for a home game. So I don't know how that works in that league, but I heard they were trying to get the home game.
Yeah.
But then I read
2017. Yeah, it does say that.
I mean,
Dude, we should go out there.
There's your score from the game you went to.
Yeah. That number 9, I can't remember his name, but that number 9 is just a beast,
Sweet,
man.
yeah.
Number 11 too. I just know him as numbers. There's some. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Other things over the weekend, Jay. I'm thrilled. I think you went to a movie.
Yeah, man.
This weekend, and
So you got out of the house, did something you don't normally do. I got out of the house, did something I normally don't do.
I am terribly excited. Before you say a word, I just want you to know that I have followed this story. I've read reviews. I've heard people on the streets, and I have not heard a negative thing about this movie.
Wonder Woman.
Yes. And so now I hear that you actually went this weekend to see the movie, and I'm absolutely, I can't wait to hear your take on
Well, and
this.
here's the reason I went, because JPC Fourth, one of our fine listeners who loves superheroes, he's always writing in whenever we talk superheroes. We always get it wrong. We're always like, well, isn't Gleek like part of the Super Friends and all that? And I'll be like, dude, fuck you, stop with the Gleek, all that stuff.
He got pissed. Didn't we say
mix
that
up like Marvel and DC? We're like, yeah, isn't Batman with like Captain America? God damn you guys! He gets pissed about Aquaman because we're like,
we
yeah,
called
he's
him
just
a pussy or
he's
something.
a pussy. He's wearing orange and all this stuff. And he's always touting these superheroes. So he sent me a Fandango gift certificate and was like, dude, here's the deal. Here's $25. I want you and your wife, you and one of your kids, whatever, go see this movie. You're gonna love this movie.
Yeah.
So cool of him. I really appreciate that. So I mean disrespect.
Who did you
to
go
JPC
with?
the Fourth when I give
no.
my
My
book report here.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. That
I
doesn't
took
sound
Gab.
good. Okay.
Neither of us are superhero fans or whatever, but both of us, just like you, heard that this movie was great.
Yeah.
Like, to a
Very
man,
empowering.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. It was
And?
It was awful.
Oh no! Really?
I'm not trying to be a dick, dude. It was fucking awful. The acting was bad. The story was bad. I thought the CGI stuff was bad, honestly.
Yeah.
For that big a budget of movie, like I honestly I sat there and I gave it time. I know Gab didn't care, she'd take it or leave it.
Yeah.
She just wanted to go out and do something.
Yeah.
So she would have sat through the whole thing if I wanted to.
Oh wait, you left? No, you didn't leave early.
I was just about to ask, dude.
Oh,
I
you walked
left.
out. You walked out of a movie.
I walked out of Wonder Woman.
Wow. How much time was left on the clock?
We gave it an hour, man. And I tried. Like, I wanted to see what everybody was saying was so good. I didn't want to disrespect my man JPC Fourth. Like, the dude gave me this money to go see. I felt bad, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, dude. I don't like this. I don't know where it's going. I don't like where it's going. They go to a new scene and it just get worse for me. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. She's like, seriously? We've never walked out of a movie.
Oh, you know what though? The problem with this is that you gave JPC the fourth a window to go. See, you needed to stay. They were setting the scene that first hour,
You know what?
and then it murders for the second half.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe the movie sucks balls for an hour, and then the second hour is just unbelievably sweet, and it saves it. Maybe.
Yeah. But you could say like Full Metal Jacket. Go that dude. The first half of Full Metal Jacket is arguably the greatest movie ever, and the second half is like, eh.
Yeah, I don't remember that. But I mean, the acting. So you've got Robin Wright. You know, Robert Wright Penn, chick who was married to Sean Penn. She played Ginny in Forrest Gump.
People will know her now as the chick in House of Cards. She's the president. You know, I guess she's. I don't want to spoil things for people, but she plays the wife of the president in that. So
okay, I remember.
And what is it? Princess Diaries?
Oh, Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Yeah.
Right. That's her biggest role.
Yeah.
But I remember her as Jenny. Please God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here.
What movie is that?
It's Forrest Gump.
Oh,
but she was like this like warrior princess or warrior who was going to teach, you know, Wonder Woman how to fight and all this. And they've got this dumb like Russian Romanian accent kind of thing, like Diana, you are not ready. You are not ready to train. Like, stop it. Can you just speak with an American accent?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this whole Diana? No, you are not ready. You must stay on the island. It was really bad. And then the fights and training scenes were just so cheesy. You know, like chick jumping up in the air and wielding a bow and arrow and boom, you know, behind a rock, boom, he'd get the guy just before she got shot. It was.
Why are people in love with this movie?
There was
then?
this constant. Wonder Woman would constantly make this blue steel look too. She had like this eyebrow thing that she does.
Yeah,
and they'd hone in right on her face, dude. I don't know why. I have no idea. I think.
I can only
surmise that it's a woman power thing.
Yeah.
It was a female director, producer, and a female lead, and a female heroine. So it's the whole, oh my gosh, look, it's so empowering to women.
Yeah, but guys aren't going to fall for that, and
I wouldn't think so.
Superhero fans aren't going to buy that shit. If it's not good, they're going to say it's not good.
I'm telling you, dude, it was awful. Wow. I walked out of the fucking movie.
Ugh.
And I wouldn't do that lightly. Again, under these circumstances, like I feel bad saying that because the dude spent his hard-earned money on me.
Yeah. Oh.
JPC the Force, send me your shirt size, man. I'll send you a sweatshirt or something. It's the least I can do.
Well, I'm honestly shocked to hear that you thought it was that bad.
There was no fucking Gleek. There was no Wonder Twin. Nothing.
Was there the invisible jet?
I didn't see it.
Lasso.
Maybe that was in the second half.
The golden lasso?
There was a lasso. It was like a flaming lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I
was
don't remember
there.
it flaming.
Well, it was like hot. I don't know. Had it around a guy. He's like, why is this so hot?
Huh.
Dude, the acting was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
And they showed the damn
you.
Justice League, all the trailers and stuff. I think superhero stuff is just stupid. I just do. I'm sorry. And I don't know why I like Star Wars so much, because it's the same dumb kind of cheesy shit.
It's a story, though. I think the story is different.
Yeah.
It's about the story, because you don't even like the fight scenes in Star Wars as much.
True.
You like the story.
That's
we've got Comic-Con stuff going on like every weekend now, and Ben Affleck it was at one. I don't know which one he was at. I don't know if it was San Diego or one of those, but he showed up and was talking about how, you know, I guess there's been rumor that he's not going to play Batman in the future, and he was like, "Are you fucking crazy? You know, it's such an honor to play Batman, and I'm going to play Batman in the next one." People are going crazy, so it made the news, and so it took you to Variety, you know, which is just like entertainment, what an industry mag. And so I went there to read the story about that, and I'm clicking like on movies, and they've got this list of upcoming like releases. Dude, I'm not kidding you. It's like straight up 99% of it is some version of a superhero movie. Like 12 in a row, and then there's
Hollywood
one
is
like
dead.
weird, and it's like, seriously, when are people going to tire of this?
Well,
like,
because
I don't
we're-
even recognize the ones they're going with.
No, like
They're like obscure ones.
Well, they show this Thor thing, and it looks so stupid to me. I'm sorry, and I'm just not impressed by graphics anymore.
Yeah.
Back in the day when that shit was new and they were actually doing models and Star Wars, oh my God. And you asked yourself, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
That's totally off the table. You know how you do it. You do it all on computers now, and you know that they can do virtually anything.
Yeah.
So when you see anything and everything on the screen, it doesn't impress you anymore.
Well, it's
and
like
they're not making plots anymore. They're replacing plots with computer generated shit.
It's terrible. Like, and I know people love the Transformers franchise, but those Michael Bay movies are, to me, for the most part,
unwatchable.
unwatchable. It's just like giant metal things just pounding on each other and ripping up the street and blowing through buildings. It's like, what? Okay, is this impressive to anybody? If you don't really have a good plot behind it, and it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. But people obviously are loving it, are going and supporting it.
What people say they loved about Wonder Woman, though, is that it did have a plot, and I just thought it was so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, when you watch it, and you will see it at some point on Netflix or whatever, you're going to see it. There's a mad scientist character in here that is like laughable. It is like a caricature. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Really?
Yeah, her face. I won't even say it.
Yeah, I'll see it at some point, but
I'd love to get your take on it.
Yeah, I wonder what JPC the Fourth is going to write to you.
This is going to be very interesting.
This is going to get ugly quick because he's very sure of himself, and
hey man,
and has strong opinions.
Look,
he's
people like different things, and I got to be honest. I couldn't just come in and go, oh, yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Thanks for the thing, JPC the Fourth. I got to be honest. I really didn't like it.
Well, after hearing your review now, I'll probably enjoy it more because all I've heard is how amazing this movie is. If I would have just had that opinion in my head, I probably would have went in with such high expectations that I would have been really disappointed. Now I'll go in like,
this is dog nuts.
This is going to blow.
And then you'll kind of like it.
Which kind of happened to me with Batman v Superman. Where it was like I'd heard what such shit it was. It was like it could only like be better than I thought. Yeah.
No, but you'll see plenty of trailers for other superhero movies, as you mentioned, if you go see this one.
Yeah.
And you'll see Batman like standing there, silhouette. To me, that's not cool.
Yeah.
It just looks dumb to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Batman, another fucking Batman movie. Sweet.
Same thing happened to me with Suicide Squad, where I
haven't seen it.
It was pants. I mean, Harley Quinn was hot, no doubt about it. But I did not
Jared Leto as the Joker.
Yeah, and I did not hate that movie nearly what I thought I was because my expectations were so in the toilet for that thing that, on a lazy afternoon I watched it and it was like, nah, it's not as bad as everyone said.
It's watchable.
It's watchable.
Hey, everybody, check out the Detroitcast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. If you've never been to DetroitCast.com, go check it out. DetroitCast.com, you're going to find pictures of us. I met somebody today who was like, oh, yeah, Big E looks exactly like I pictured him. It's like, really? You haven't seen Big E before? You're a listener, but you haven't seen Big E? Yeah, check out our website. We've got all kinds of pictures and other garbage on there. But
other garbage.
The listener business page is under Help the Show. This includes businesses owned by listeners. Take a look. It'd be great to support the supporters of the show. And this week's featured businesses are Blind Biz. They specialize in all types of custom blinds, shades, and shutters. Free in-home consultations and free installation. They serve all of Metro Detroit. Moreover, we're featuring Dustin's Mowing and Grounds, serving Oakland and Livingston counties. They provide lawn, landscaping, snow, and ice services for both commercial and residential customers. You will notice a difference.
Hey, can I mention really quick to tag onto that, Jay, if you don't mind?
Sure.
Gordon Glidden came out to our hot dog eating contest.
Great to meet Gordon.
Yeah, from Inland Lakes Inspection Services and serving Southeast and Mid-Michigan counties, home, commercial, and pest inspections. Oh, I could use him right now. Radon testing, infrared, thermography. I'll give his number out here, 248-379-0216. Thank you, Gordon, for coming out. It was a pleasure to meet you, and thanks to all the people that support the business network page, or business listener page. E, really quick, you sabotaged the hot dog eating contest because I'm assuming you're going to blame faster horses.
Saboteur.
I did not sabotage.
Saboteur!
You lost to a 40-pound girl, E, in a pink shirt.
A fairy shirt.
Yep.
With feather earrings.
You have no excuse.
I actually tried, to be honest with you. Like I said, I actually ended up not drinking Saturday night because I was trying to save myself and not be a mess for the heating contest. I just don't know what happened. I just choked.
Yeah.
The pressure got
Literally.
to me. Yeah, literally. I almost did need to remember that waiver thing. That almost came up, huh?
He looked like a mommy bird regurgitating to her
was
little
so funny, dude.
bird
Sorry.
wings.
Sorry.
So how was Faster Horses? I know that
Incredible.
was a big event.
Incredible. They do a great job there. I think that thing is still on the rise, too, which is cool. Some of these festivals, they get to a point where it's like everything eventually has to have a peak. Nothing can just keep going up.
Sure.
So if anybody that's like in the Michigan area and likes country music, dude, it is the place to be in the summer, dude. It's absolutely the place to be. They bring in huge country names.
Dude,
These
you know who
aren't just-
closed the show? Hootie and the Blowfish.
No, well,
And he went and saw Hootie and the Blowfish and absolutely
Oh, it was
loved
Hootie,
it.
not a blowfish.
Oh, there were no blowfish there?
no,
It's just Hootie.
Oh, just Hootie.
just Hootie. No, it's great.
I only want to be with you.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, I got
you
to
do
hear
that song.
He did do that song. He played he played a few Hootie stuff, to be honest with you, which is fine with me, except he missed a song that I could not believe he didn't sing, and I'm like, dude, I definitely play some Hootie, dude, Darius, but how can you not play blank, this song that I wanted to hear, but what are you going to do? But yeah, great time for sure.
We're
man.
joking about Hootie. It was Darius Rucker, who's gotten, I guess, a really legit country career going now.
Yeah, he's huge.
Was it Miranda Lambert and he that closed the show?
Yeah, him and Miranda. And I gotta say, dude, I know again you're not a country fan, Mike. I get that. But for people that are sick of some of this music out there,
that red man taste.
Man, I'd love
Don't
to fuck her face. Say that. I'm pretty sure that's how that song goes.
For people that are sick of some of this stuff, this lip singing bullshit and stuff like that, dude, Miranda Lambert, dude, fucking killed it Saturday night, dude.
Good.
She fucking plays, actually plays a guitar. She was running around on stage, but her voice and just, dude, honestly, I was so shocked. Darius was awesome, but Miranda Lambert, dude, or am I saying that? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she fucking.
Wasn't she married
to
someone?
Yeah, Blake Shelton, who
Blake
cheated
Shelton.
on her with Gwen Stefani.
Hell yeah.
And you know what's funny? I really feel like that in the outside world, everyone seems to have not really cared that Blake Shelton's kind of a dickbag, and just literally the minute he
That's funny.
The minute he got
outgoing personality, you gotta love the guy,
dude. The minute he got the taste, just like the fucking hot prisoner or whatever. The minute Blake Shelton got,
God damn it! I hate that I know that guy's name, Jeremy Meeks.
The minute
I've not brought the stories to the table, Jay, but he is constantly he's with that billionaire heiress chick, all over town together, and every story is accompanied by his soon-to-be ex-wife, who's just dying over this, over losing the hot felon. Yeah,
but the minute Blake Shelton, in my opinion, what happened is the minute he got the taste of some because not a lot of people. I knew Blake Shelton because I like country, but the nation I don't think did until The Voice.
The Voice, yeah, he was huge on The Voice. He is huge, on
right?
The Voice.
And the minute he got the taste of it, it was boom, see you, Miranda, onto this celebrity. And what I was gonna say
is she
is
way younger than him too, way younger.
I don't know the age thing. But that's not that. I don't know how recent that is. I don't know if it's within a year exactly when that divorce happened. But it's not. I don't think it's that long ago. And I have to say, dude, I felt like there was a feeling in the crowd. Even there was several people just fuck Blake Shelton and shit. And I don't know. I just felt like there was a real backing of Miranda and just you know what, fuck, you're awesome, fuck Blake Shelton.
So Miranda Lambert fans were at Miranda Lambert's show, is your point?
But it just felt different, it just felt different than some. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But it felt
really astounding.
There was a feeling at that show that was different than I felt at some other shows. It was just really I felt outside. It was awesome out, huge crowd, and it just seemed like they were really more than normal, almost taking on our. I don't know, just something emotional about it. It was really cool.
You're welcome for the passes, E.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad that worked out for you. I heard through some tweets at me or some sort of messages to me that you were somehow wasting our passes. How would that?
I don't know how
would you
that's
interpret
possible.
that?
Wasting them, how
It was
so?
I can't believe you gave that fuckface your passes. He's wasting them.
How so?
I don't know, E. I'm asking.
I'm going there and I'll talk about the festival for an hour if you want to talk about it and talk about how awesome it was.
Did you take a knee on one of these evenings or days? Did you?
I didn't drink on Saturday.
Were you in your tent longer than you should have been?
Fuck no, I didn't even set up a tent.
Oh,
I just slept on the ground.
You went with a chick, didn't you?
No.
You didn't.
Well,
He rolled up to Hamlin today with a chick.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I'm told that wasn't his second date either.
It wasn't
Whoa.
a date either, by the way, but
Hot dog eating contest. That's
well,
date like
here's the thing. There's two things that piggyback into this. One, my Faster Horses thing was an amazing fucking weekend. I was with a great friend. We did have an awesome time until that chick from a few months ago, Heather, was there, and
Ooh.
I knew she was going to be there. I didn't really want to meet up. Honestly, I did not really want to, and I wasn't going to text her. But then, one of the singers on Friday did this.
Then you got a boner and you
Well,
started thinking,
You got a
well,
buzz
maybe.
and a boner, and it was over.
One of the singers on Friday played a Chainsmokers song. So she texted me and so I answered back, went back and forth.
What did she text you?
That was off the hook, wasn't it, Biggie?
Just something about, wow, that's awesome. I can't believe you just did a Chainsmoker song or some shit. So then Saturday, she does say you should come on over. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't know if I really wanted to. But I'm like, you know what? I'm at a festival. can I really not just go over and say hi?
That's when you stroll up like a pimp with your press passes.
Well, she's got VIP. She has a real job and pays for like the $600 VIP passes. So I mean,
yeah, but she's got media credentials.
She booty called you, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So anyway, she was with her friend. And
so you hit it, and then what happened?
No, that's not what happened. It just didn't go that well, and it really bummed me out in the end. I actually wish
it didn't go that well. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. She had a friend, and
does she have a guy with her?
No, but I think she's seeing another guy, and then it was like, I don't know. We watched Miranda Lambert together,
way
but
too complicated for me.
I'm not trying. Anyway, it just bummed me out. I wish I would not have done it. I was in a very good place an hour before that, and it kind of put me in a bummer place.
So what did you ask her if she's seeing someone now, or
no,
did it just come?
She brought it up. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I got you.
Wow, that's kind of a dick move thing.
It was.
I'm gonna be honest.
I wasn't
knowing
too happy.
What you went through,
dude. I gotta be honest. I wasn't
too
happy with how some of this stuff went down after the concert. It kind of bummed me out. I think there was some stuff that was a little whatever, but
no, you don't just skip over that.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I was.
You're not gonna yada 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 that.
Well,
part.
okay. I was like asked to go. We were watching Miranda together, and
again with the yada yada.
At no point I understood. It's been very clear that we are done. Like that I had no expectation.
As soon as you let her pick up the $80 tickets, it was done.
Right.
Bag up.
We hadn't talked in I think maybe a month at least. I don't know when the last time we talked. So I had no expectation. But like Miranda Lambert was there. Her friend and my friend ended up getting a little close, and so now.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
So now she's like, well, let's watch Miranda together. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then I just got. Throughout the concert, I got a feeling that I wasn't sure she really wanted me to be there, but I didn't know what to do at this point. So
Lord, jeez!
Then after the show,
jeez!
After the show, we're walking out, and it's like it just seemed like she just kept she's just very obviously bringing up this other dude.
Yeah.
And then like she didn't know where her campground was. I did because I knew what she told me what it was because I've been to MIS 50 times from NASCAR and Fast Horses and other things. So like I'm trying to like tell her where to go. I'm like, dude, this is. And she's like, because she had gotten lost the night before. And
dude,
I'm like,
why do you give a shit? Why don't you just go? Good luck with that. I gotta go this way. My tent's over there.
It came close.
It's not your problem.
It came close to that. I'm very anti-confrontational. And I was.
It's not a confrontation. How the hell would I know where your camp is? I'm out of here.
Well, the thing is, I was trying to tell her I knew where her campground was, and she didn't. And I'm like, dude, I know, and I'm trying to tell you. And I actually almost got to that point, and then my friend and her friend happened to like just walk by, and then we all met up, and then they all agreed to let me walk them to the area where it was.
Well, what's it got to do with me?
I just thought I don't know. I thought it was. I don't know. I just thought it was a little mean, I guess, dude, to be honest with you. I was trying to help.
What was mean? Like, they let you walk them to their...
No, that I was kind of like, I felt like I was trying to help, and I literally even said, look, I can walk you back to your campsite and leave. I wasn't in any way suggesting, hey, let's come back and hang out, or let's come back and have some more beers at the campsite, or... I was literally just trying to help, and anyway, it just got me in a bad place again. It got me thinking about all that shit again. So I got kind of down.
You need to ignore this, E. You need to get away from this girl,
I understand that. That's what I got out of this. That's definitely done with that shit. But then the girl you guys met today is who I went with Eric Church with. And she's cool, man, obviously. And we seem to like hanging out with each other. But yeah. I will say
she had some nice Daisy Dukes on. You think you could hook me up with her, E?
Yeah, dude, she seems to like you. She thinks you're fucking the man, by the way. Yes.
Well
she's like...
Wish it was the first time I'd heard that, but, whatever.
What has she said? What has your girlfriend said to indicate that she thinks Mike is the man?
She just really seems to, like, love what he's doing and has so much respect for him going out on his own and starting this podcast.
Oh, God. This again.
I mean, over and over again. I get it.
So what I learned today when you pulled up with her
Yeah.
was not only had you gone to Eric Church with her, but you'd been out with her after that.
Well, we went to that Red Wings game together, if you remember.
Yeah.
Maybe you've forgotten that. But then last week we actually went to dinner together.
Oh, wow.
Well, she bought you dinner, E?
Well, we went to dinner.
Wait, was this a Dutch thing? Did you go Dutch, E?
E doesn't understand what you're asking. They didn't go to Holland.
E,
you didn't go to Holland. We're not asking that. Did you pay for you, and did she pay for her?
It was a mutual dinner.
Oh, Christ, E!
God damn you to hell.
She's seeing someone right now, dude, for one.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you.
No.
You.
No, not me. And so I'll tell you that. So, I mean, I kind of had thrown it out
You
there.
know, you can lead a tard to pussy, Jay, but, you know.
I know.
Well, I'll just say this, that I did make one more effort today, like, after I dropped her off before I came here to kind of be like, so I know you're kind of seeing this other person, but I don't know how serious that is.
But I just took you to a hot dog eating contest,
Yeah.
And made a total ass of myself.
And lost to a little girl. But if you
Right.
could put that aside.
Right.
Yep.
It did not go well.
No. Did you do the lean in?
No,
Do the arm over?
Did you actually say something to her
Yeah,
like that?
I did.
And what'd she say? Like, nah.
Well, she
Let me know if Mike frees up, but
friends
you know,
thing,
you're a good friend and all.
Right,
Let me
good
know.
friend and all.
Call
but
me
yeah.
if Mike frees
when
up
Beth
or something.
when Beth dumps him, call me. Yeah, when Beth dumps him,
Let
give
me know when Mike's available. and-
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what she said. She said,
what a dick move that would be if I just showed up with her one day, like, yeah, my new girl, guys.
I mean, I guess it is what it
I
is.
kind of want to do it just to break his heart. You know what I mean? Just to stomp
So she's
on it.
that into Mike? Like, really?
No, she didn't really say that about Mike, obviously. But she does seem to. Well, she said all of us were awesome, to be fair. But
But
you know,
Mike.
but Mike, you know.
I mean, yeah,
Most
she never really
respect.
said. Actually, she never really said Jay. She just said all of you guys. She said Mike,
Yeah.
and then all of you guys.
Yeah, but she specifically pointed out Mike.
several times.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
Very good.
Hey, the Hamlin Pub supports the Detroit Cast, so let's make it a point to support them. With locations in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 in Shelby Township, you know there's one near you. The Hamlin Pubs have great food, ice-cold drinks, tons of craft beers, TVs, games, and great entertainment. Come on by or book your reservation today at hamlinpubs.com.
Hey, man, did you hear about these 8 people found inside a semi-truck trailer?
Does that make it worse that it was at Walmart?
Yes. I was actually going to talk about that a little bit. Like, yes, it does.
Makes it sound like 50 times worse.
I don't know why that is, but it does. Like, if they said they were found, you know, at a mall or even at a church parking lot or something, you'd be like, oh, that's just tragic. You hear
Like,
Walmart
ugh.
parking lot, it's like, ugh. Yeah, they were locked inside this boiling truck without air conditioning or water in what they're saying is, you know, obviously like a human trafficking thing.
Right.
A total of 38 were found in the truck, which didn't have the air conditioning, despite temperatures topping 100 degrees in San Antonio, Texas.
Ah,
Wow.
how hot did it have to be back there, man?
Oh, 100, dude.
With 38 people packed back there, over 100 degrees.
200 degrees? I mean, seriously, would it be double that? I mean, we've seen that where it's 80 degrees outside, and in a car, it's like 150 degrees equivalent when people are just sweating their asses off. That's got to be crazy hot in there. There were 2 little kids, 2 children. All have been rushed to nearby hospitals, 20 in extremely critical or very serious condition. The driver has been arrested. They were found in the early hours just this morning, Sunday, and after one of them approached a Walmart worker in the store parking lot and asked for some water. And for whatever reason, the employee gave him the water and then called the police. And officers arrived. They opened the door, find 8 dead people and all these other people. Incredible. I don't know how that happens, but
Man.
store surveillance showed vehicles had arrived and picked up other people from the tractor trailer. That's why they think there was some sort of trafficking thing going on. ICE released a statement saying the deaths are a stark reminder of why human smuggling networks must be pursued, caught, and punished. These networks have repeatedly shown a reckless disregard for those they smuggle. The fire chief said rescuers swiftly got patients out of the back of the truck. They were very hot to the touch. Incredible. So these people were in the trailer without any signs of any type of water. I guess this happened in 2003, in May of 2003. And prosecutors threw the book at this driver because he apparently had all these people in the back of this sweltering hot truck, and he heard people begging and screaming for the lives but refused to free them. So he got 34 years in jail for that. But I don't know what you do about that though.
Build that wall.
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine risking everything to jump in the back of a trailer?
I know.
Oh. Go ahead, E.
This has nothing to do with that necessarily, but just
good.
Oh, cool.
No, it has to do with you saying
have it.
build that wall. I gotta say, we talk all day, about whether Trump is popular and the young millennials and not my president. If you want to go to a place where you can wear a Trump sign proudly and an
Faster horses?
and an America shirt proudly,
Jackson, Michigan.
Jackson, Michigan, or Brooklyn, I think technically, whatever. But Brooklyn, Michigan for Faster Horses, you will not be shamed with your Trump Pence shirt.
Be right at home. Huh?
I think that's true, whether it's an MIS event, like a race event, or a concert.
A race event, yes. But, dude, I don't know if I have, outside of an actual Trump rally from when he was running for president, if I've ever seen more American flags or more Trump Pence signs, T-shirts, or just anything that Trump could make America great again could be on.
Oh, that's funny. Were there a lot? Did you say Confederate flags?
Yeah.
Are they still showing up?
They're still there. I didn't, you know what? It's less than, and now granted, for Faster Horses, I can't make a judgment. I can only make a judgment based on going to NASCAR. That is going away, I think, more and more.
Did you take
even
yours?
No. Did not
None
take
of yours? You've got like a dozen of them. You didn't bring a single one?
No. None of them. Nope, they're all at home.
Wow.
But I didn't see, I mean, there were definitely Confederate flags, but you know what? It was way more just America.
America.
Good.
Boy, we had a fun time, I think, on Thursday, Jay, after the show. You know, we had Michael Kowalski here. We did some barbecue and had some fun. We wrap up the show knowing that the OJ thing was about to start, his parole hearing, I guess, in front of the Nevada State Parole Board. And so we watched that, but then, you know, we haven't been back since then. That thing was hilarious. I mean, that dude, he got paroled, and it sounds to me like
4-0.
Yeah, I think it had to be 4-0, or it would have gone into like overtime, and other people.
Oh,
would have
really?
had, other people would have had to jump in and rule on it. Yeah, he needed to have a clean sweep, and but my guess is they'd made that decision before he said a word, because based on what the juice said,
He almost talked his way out of it, didn't he?
yeah. I thought it was fascinating to watch, though. Like, you can see the sociopathic nature of O.J. Simpson, in my opinion. Like, when
he's just a weirdo, man. He just opens it. He loves to hear himself talk. There's tons of ego there.
Yeah.
So they ask him just a simple question. Well, this is going to take a while, and he goes on for 18 paragraphs.
How does that happen? Like, you just know your lawyer is going, you can do more damage by trying to explain shit than you can. You want to be in and out.
Because he's the smartest guy in the room, man.
And it must be one of those things where, since the juice was, 15 years old and people knew he was a superstar athlete, that he's just been able to, like, bad jokes everyone will laugh at.
Yeah.
You're just you're that guy that can tell a story no matter how bad it is. Everyone's like, oh, Juice, oh, man, you're killing it, Juice, kissing his ass. And so, yeah, he's gotten to this point where I can talk about anything and talk my way out of anything. And, one of the questions the board guy asked him, what was it like? You break in this place, armed robbery, blah, blah, blah. What were you thinking? And, Jay, how would you tell your client to answer, what were you thinking? And literally, that was the tone the guy said it in. What were you thinking?
Yeah, you just have to show a bunch of remorse.
Yeah.
And just, boy, God, am I sorry for that moment. If there's anything I could do, I would take away that moment. I was frustrated, and just try to explain it in like 3 sentences, and then shut it down.
Shut her down. My answer would be, you know what? I wasn't thinking, to be honest with you. I'm tremendously sorry for it. I'm remorseful for it. I'm sorry for the people I hurt. I went in with pure intentions, and I clearly recognize now how wrong that was and bad that was. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I want to just say I'm terribly sorry to the people of Las Vegas and Nevada.
Instead, he answered the question, tell me every detail about what happened concerning this crime.
Explain why you're right, essentially.
And he went on and on and on, man.
20 minutes?
Only Juice can do.
20
That
minutes,
son of a bitch.
probably. It was incredible, and he was trying to justify why he did it, and then he would slip in. Obviously, I'm terribly sorry for my actions that day. I realize how wrong they were, but the courts did rule that was in fact my stuff I was going to retrieve, and you're just like, I'm sitting there going, Juice, what are you doing?
I noticed something. He kept using the phrase, I'm sorry that this happened. I think most psychologists would drill down on that and go, look, he's not really taking responsibility. He's saying something happened to him.
Yeah.
He's not saying that he did that. And he kept saying it in that way. This happened. I just wish this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
This happened. Like, dude, take responsibility, man.
Yeah.
You got to get out.
Yeah.
You've been sitting there 9 years.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes to get out.
This should be very simple, cut and dry. Like, man, all you want to focus on is remorse, sorry, I've been a model prisoner, and shut up.
And here's another thing, man. They're asking him, like, okay, you were assigned to such and such program. I guess when you're incarcerated, you have to do, like, computer classes and alcohol classes and all this shit.
When he went to the parole board in 2013 or something, they recommended,
okay,
we want you to take this class on alcohol. We want you to take this class on X.
And I'll let you mention the alcohol thing. I thought his answer to that was hilarious. But my only point in regard to that would be like, you know what? Give me the whole list of programs. I'm in jail. I'm going to take them all.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do because I'm going to show up at my next parole hearing and say, you know what? I didn't just do those 3 that you recommended. I did all 39 of them.
Yeah, and I encouraged everyone around me to do it too.
But instead, it's well,
yeah.
I didn't get around to doing that. The only reason I didn't do that was this. He's got all these excuses.
Yeah, they asked him specifically about the alcohol thing because a lot of his incidents in his life have revolved around alcohol. And he was drunk when he went over to kill Nicole and a waiter, and he was drunk when he went into the Vegas hotel room to rob to get his stuff back. And so they're like, yeah, we think you should just take a course. It's a month-long course on alcohol. And he's like, they're like, so did you complete that course that we asked you to? And he's like, yeah, well, I tried, and I couldn't get into the course. And you're like, Juice, you're in jail. You have nothing but time, sir.
Nothing.
And he's like, honestly, I've never had a problem with alcohol, and never in my life has anyone accused me of that, so I didn't think it was necessary. And so I really focused on other things like teaching other inmates like how to behave and get along with each other. Guys, it's not worth it to go to blows. Let's separate this and talk it out. So I was really a mentor to all these other people.
He was trying to champion that cause. Like, you need to have conflict resolution in here, and he's really trying to come off as this great hero in that regard. But with respect to the alcohol, he kept saying, well, I embraced it to the extent that I thought my children might have a problem with it because I don't have a problem. But I thought maybe it would help me if my children did. Well, it turns out they don't.
Yeah, they don't at all. But
man.
If I could potentially help them and understand one day if they do have a problem with alcohol, now I would understand. It's like,
dude, that son of a bitch sat there and said, up until the point of that robbery, he was leading a conflict-free life.
Yeah.
What?
He also said he'd never been accused of brandishing a weapon at anyone in his life. And I'm thinking, well, I guess that's technically true. I mean, if Nicole didn't accuse him of it, and neither did the waiter. I mean, they couldn't, but I mean, conflict-free life. If you take away that, that
double
whole
murder charge
and the New Year's Eve ass whooping I put on Nicole and shit, yeah. But outside of those couple small instances, I've had a conflict-free life. It's amazing, and but he does get his parole. I guess he'll get out October 1st.
Yeah. And no sooner do I hear that than I hear Chester Bennington of Lincoln Park killed himself.
Yeah.
Dude, that one hurts.
Yeah.
That really hurts.
That's your band, dude.
I really like Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
I
don't think you can go on with Lincoln Park without him either.
I know.
He's just
so crucial.
And it's not like he's like 2 people in one. You know what I mean? Like he can sing very melodic and he's got a beautiful voice, and then he can get that just fucking I don't know how he does it. I honestly I don't.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
Dude, I will say this.
And that one hurts.
You know how in the last year Prince dying and some of these people dying? For me, personally, this is the first person of a band that I've actually, nothing against some of those guys, but they just weren't my people.
All old guys.
This was the first time, a band I've seen before. I liked just like Jay does, and it was like, Burley texted me. I was like,
dude, they had a lot of music left in them. No question.
Right.
Yeah.
And coming off this pop thing they just did, I was really hoping they'd redeem themselves with their next album.
The new album that
it's
their
very
most
poppy.
It debuted at #1 though.
So,
well, yeah. I mean, what do you mean by poppy?
It's like very poppy.
Like
if you listen to it, it's pop music.
Not the death screaming.
Correct.
Yeah. Well,
but they've done that. They've weaved around during their career, and I give them credit. Instead of just going formulaic, go back to the same formula over and over. You got to do the type of music you like and you want to do, and clearly they have different interests. It's a very dynamic band.
All artists will say that. Like, they just don't want to do the same shit over and over and over. Like, they just don't. That's just for a creative person that gets very boring when it's like you want U2 to do the Joshua Tree every time. It's like, dude, they don't want to do the Joshua. That was it.
Yeah.
Now we go on to something else. Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory is arguably one of the best,
of course,
power rock. I mean, it came out at a perfect time, and the energy in that.
The Hunting Party, 2014, I think is underrated.
Yeah.
Their most recent, really more harder album. I think it's awesome.
I'm not terribly familiar with it. I know they
really
had a
good.
string. I mean, it was going to be impossible to match the success of Hybrid Theory, and they can build a
Meteora.
total Meteora is good. That's good. You just wonder, we haven't really heard a whole lot of like what happened there. It was pretty quick. What, a day when we started hearing the reports of what happened with Cornell in the hotel room.
Yeah.
But there's not a ton of information about Chester yet.
Yeah, I think I've heard that it was a hanging, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
And
all
it,
we've
right?
heard.
He was found by a staff member in his home.
Yeah.
And then they canceled their North American tour that was set to start on Thursday. Can you
They were
imagine?
coming to Detroit in August.
Dude, imagine how many people that affected. Like, I'm sorry, but this whole band, your colleagues who are like counting on each other.
Yeah.
And obviously this dude's in a place that just has to be inexplicable pain to do something like that. But my God,
Yeah.
the dominoes that fall then it's amazing.
It seems petty because it's like Chester's gone, nothing else matters. But you're totally right, Jay. There is a crew of hundreds, if not thousands,
Yeah.
of semi-bus operators, stage builders, stage hands that are counting on this. They're going on the road for 8 months to 2 years behind this album, and this is their livelihood. And so, all those people, there's just a massive enterprise that goes around the world together, and the cost is through the roof. I don't know what happens with that because I know
cancel venues at the last minute like that.
Return tickets to people.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole thing, and I don't know, dude. I don't know what the rule is for something like this, but I know if there were cases where Ozzy just didn't show up. He forgot where he was, ended up in a strange room, and it's like they will sue you for the lost venue there, and insurance will not cover that. If it's just you being a dumbass and oversleeping, they're not going to cover that, and you will cover that. So I don't know what happens.
I'm sure the
with
organization
suicide.
had life insurance on the band members, but it's a tremendous loss to not only fans but all the people who were part of that machine.
And for that band of all bands, I was telling you, like you can find someone that can mimic that voice, and you could do it with, Steve Perry is replaceable by Arnell, but I honestly think of Linkin Park as two different voices, not just Mike's either.
Three different voices,
right? But Chester Bennington specifically is two different voices.
Well, you can't replace his energy. Like I think you could get somebody to mimic him, but not like real energy wise. The dude, he brought it in a real way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna miss him more than Chris Cornell, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Well, that's a tough one. Chester, though, I don't know. I just don't know how much longer you could do that.
Dude, that was our thing. We talked about this in the past, how his vocal cords have held up.
Yeah.
I wonder, dude, if that, I'm totally speculating, but maybe he felt himself going a little bit. And
have there been any signs of that? Have you noticed anything?
No, but maybe he was starting to doubt himself on the edge of this tour. His buddy had just committed suicide. Everything builds up. Like, fuck, can I do this? My fucking vocal cords have to be like, fucking razor thin at this point.
Well, and that's the thing that most people don't understand. Like the vocal cords, that's why most people blow them out, because it's a really, really sensitive couple, like little, think of rubber bands in there. And those, you can strengthen them, and that's why people do the whole la 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 la, and they build. You remember when we had Massey and it was like, hey, can you play African? He's like, you know what, guys, honestly, I need to be 7-8 songs into a set before I'll even attempt that song.
Yeah.
Just because of the way it goes, and you can really hurt your voice doing that night after night after night. There is no chance on earth, dude. You wanna when you've got a voice like that, it's an instrument. You can't blow it out. And you do that stuff religiously and work it. You can get a good amount of years. There is no one that will go, in the end, it doesn't even matter. And then he gets that, dude, there is nothing that says that's good, like ever.
Shut up when you're talking to me.
Shut up when you're talking to me. Like that, and in the stadium when it's like sing along, and he's got to do another 8 bars of that.
Right.
Shut up when you're talking to me.
I know.
Like, I remember listening to Hybrid Theory going, that dude's amazing. That dude's got 2 albums total in him. And here we are all these years
17
later.
years later.
Yeah. But what a terrible, terrible, tragic story. It sounds like he was really good friends with Chris Cornell. And, he sang at his funeral. He did that Hallelujah, which you can find video of out there. And then he commits suicide the same way as Cornell did on Cornell's 53rd birthday. So I think that's all you need to know there. I think he had like sexual abuse in his background, like his childhood.
Yeah, sexual abuse, a lot of drug abuse, obviously, alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, I was reading Matt Pinfield. You know Matt Pinfield?
Yeah, he's the guy from
Bald guy.
Headbangers Ball, was it?
He was on MTV, whether it was Headbangers Ball, I don't know. But he's got a really successful like rock radio career on Sirius and stuff like that. Anyway, he got a text from Chester 3 days ago, and Chester was like, "Hey man, can we get together?" And then a couple days later, he's gone, and he's like, "What the fuck, man?" And he was talking about what a genuine good dude Chester was, and a great friend.
He had 6 kids too.
Yeah. He did wait till his family was out of town before doing that, But he was like, when I went into treatment, Matt Pinfield is saying this, the first call I got was from Chester, and he was just one of those genuine, down-to-earth, cared about people. That's the kind of guy he was, and fans will tell you this, how open he was with them and how friendly he was. And but he had a lot of pain. He had this abuse and what everybody does in that moment is they go back and they look at your musical history and they start reading your lyrics. And Pinfield, in his opinion, is like, dude, it's all laid out there. I mean, you listen to his songs. In the end, Crawling, Numb, like the lyrics are there explaining, what this artist is going through. And there's probably some truth.
Or went through, and then you read, but at the same time you read articles where he's quoted and it's like, wow, I've gotten over a lot and I'm feeling good about the future, so you can't point to a 2000 lyric and go, oh, crawling in my skin. And look, the writing was on the wall 17 years later. The dude obviously went through some painful shit, and a lot of artists draw from that, and that's what inspires their music, and that's great for us, tough for them.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if you ever, when you're talking about crawling in my skin, like I don't know that people ever really get over that stuff. They can say that, but I think I don't
know him. I've never crawled in my skin. So
yeah, you haven't. But for people that have, I think it's not something you're easily going to get over, if at all. Like you might find ways to deal with it better, but it's like the loss of a child. It's not something you're going to get over. And if you've got severe abuse in your background, especially sexual abuse by trusted people, that's not something that people get over. They either learn how to deal with it properly, or they but you're not going to like get past it. So that's my opinion. Anyway, his death was very good for sales, though.
I can imagine.
Following his suicide, based on initial streaming reports for July 20th, Linkin Park songs earned a 730% increase in on-demand audio streams that day in the U.S. as compared to the day before. 12.6 million songs were downloaded as opposed to 1.5 million the day before. And in the end, downloaded 923,000 times. That was number one. A report earlier said that Linkin Park's sales grew 5,332% following his death. And in total, I know that sounds amazing, that number, but they sold 111,000 copies of their music, of their albums on July 20th versus 2,000 the previous day. So that's where they're getting that 5,000 number from.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's a bad one, man. That's a tough one. Anyway, let's take a quick time out. We'll come back and I don't know. We got some other stuff. Oh, I got a fat blogger and Salvador Dali. Haven't talked about Salvador Dali in a while.
Not in a while. No,
not in a while. I mean, especially with a stash like his famous stash. I mean, you'd feel like it's something we would talk about.
Well, that's what's interesting about this story.
Exactly. So we'll do that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hi, Michael Kowalski here, fourth generation of the Kowalski Meat Dynasty. But you can just call me the Sausage King of Detroit. And you know what, my friends? It's time. Time to roll out the grill, crack open the Jack's potato salad, sizzle up some sausages, pass out the pierogies, ice those beers, and unfold those chairs. Because grilling season is here, and it's time. Time to eat like a king. I'm Michael Kowalski, and I approve my message.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Bear. Just took Bear out for a potty break in our break. She got to play with Georgie Porgy Puddin's Pie. Remember Georgie?
The neighbor dog.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's good. She was scared of Georgie. You know, Georgie's a lot bigger.
Uh-huh.
Georgie could take her down to Chinatown if she really wanted to, but she was just friendly, and we sniffed butts and
Good.
faces.
It went well.
It was very good, very successful.
Cordial.
Then Bear came in here, and I understand that she
I was
wreaked a
given
little havoc. I gave you one tiny job.
One little task.
One task. Jay, hey, I didn't notice I didn't call E.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Jay, do me a solid, man. Will you run up here and keep an eye on the Bear for a second?
Yeah, you had to go pinch a loaf or something. Just keep an eye on her for a second. Just make sure she doesn't get into something crazy. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Watching the bear playing. Oh, look at a bear.
Look at that bear.
Reminiscing on how the bear used to be held in my hand, my one palm, and now it's just huge. Then she books into the kitchen, starts drinking her water. Cool. Drink your water. That's
nice
good.
little plastic tub of water.
It's important to hydrate. And
Absolutely.
then she grabbed the tub of water and whipped it. And about 3 gallons of water went all over your kitchen floor.
Yeah, Bear.
And I felt like a failure. Bear made me feel like a failure.
She's done that before, so it's not really your fault. She usually does it with a semi-empty one, like
Is that
she'll
a little
finish
game?
it. Yeah, but she's done it with water-filled ones too, and I don't know what that's about. Why she's doing that? Like,
Power play.
you think so? Let you
do.
know who's in charge.
I
Like, I'm
do.
just for no reason just gonna grab the lip of this thing and just like run over here and spill it everywhere. Yeah, right. That was nice, Bear.
Yeah, she's a cute.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about OJ earlier. Couple things really quick. Beth and I were out to dinner the other night.
Yeah.
On I guess it was Friday night, and a little outdoor setting. It was nice. A little bottle of wine and some dinner, and then these kids saddle up at the table next to us. Probably high school or just graduated. And I'm sitting there and I can't help but like eavesdrop on people's conversations, and I'm listening to these kids who weren't even born during the OJ thing. And Beth's like, ignore him. Just ignore it. And she could see the look on my face, and I'm going, and these guys are like, I just don't think he did it. I mean, I watched the documentary.
What?
And I'm just going, oh, you motherfucker. You don't think he did? Really? And they're just, well, I don't know. There was a lot of evidence that pointed to guilty, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. And then the other guys are like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'm like, are you kidding? How does anyone look at the evidence of the OJ original double murder and not? I don't know, man. It's just
You'll never convince me otherwise.
yeah. The evidence is so overwhelming. But anyway, they're young. I'll cut them some slack. But poor Chris Darden. What's going on there, Jay?
I saw this image, man. Chris Darden has plumped up.
He's been plumping up for a while,
Yeah.
and I don't want to make fun of him for that. Whatever. Who was not there, but boy, he's gotten huge. He is
Yeah.
absolutely huge
Looks
now.
like one of those fat suits or something.
Yeah.
It looks like Chris Darden, but with makeup and fat suit on or something.
Yeah, and it's it sure does. Anyway, he did one of those Ask Me Anythings on Reddit, and of course everyone's asking about the juice, and asked what he would say to Simpson if he saw him like walking down the sidewalk at him, and he says, after he gets released from the Nevada jail. He says, I wouldn't feel anything one way or the other. I sure as hell wouldn't be afraid of him. I'd probably tell him to get the fuck off my sidewalk and take his ass across the street. So you're gonna escort the juice across the street? Darden was asked if Simpson put forth his best effort into trying on the black leather glove. And he's like, no. And I thought the jury would recognize what he was doing, but they didn't. They didn't see it because they didn't want to see it, which he's right there. Still inexcusable that he would put him in that position live in front of the jury.
Yeah.
From what I understand, that's something that could have been done behind closed doors without the jury present.
Right.
No harm, no foul, whatever, but make sure they fit. And then he was talking about Cochran's, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. And he's like, yeah, quite honestly, I did not appreciate at the time the impact of that little ditty had on the jurors. I thought it was a kid's rhyme for idiots, to be honest, but it was effective. But then he takes responsibility for the, for the whole glove thing, and yeah, that was my call, and I'm glad to bear the weight of that because honestly, I'm the only one that can bear that weight or could possibly bear that weight. It's like, yeah. I don't know if it would have mattered. That jury just didn't.
Sort of acting like Ron Wayne. Oh, no, I don't regret it. Really, Chris? You don't regret that? I mean, dude, that was a huge moment. It was an awful moment. And it's really it gave Cochran that opportunity to have that little stupid ditty and label it like that. And that was just so painful to see that asshole, just trying to pull it
trying,
back.
Your Honor.
I was trying. It just doesn't fit.
I don't know what to do. Doing that to the jury, pathetic. That was probably the biggest gaffe of the thing. And what was the other really big? Oh, putting Furman on the stand, knowing that they had those racist tape type thing. Like that whole thing. Like, what are you doing?
OJ. Look, I'm trying to pull it, but it just.
Your Honor, don't hold this against me. I'm doing my best.
Of course, in the testing process, the leather shrunk, as they knew would be probable.
It was
plus he has latex gloves underneath.
And it was soaked. Those gloves were soaked in, 18 gallons of blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course that's going to dry and shrink up. Everybody knows that. Yeah, pathetic. Did you see we got a new communications director for the Trump administration?
Saw that. This will be interesting, man.
Scaramucci. I think he's a wee little guy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
The mooch?
Yeah. Did you see him, by the way, do his press conference?
I just saw stills of him, so I know what he looks like, but I don't know how he acts.
He's the guy that CNN did a story about. He was at the crux of the deal when the 3 guys got blown out or resigned.
The alleged Russian contacts, right?
Yeah. And Scaramucci was like, fake news, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to sue if you don't retract this. And CNN came back and went, hey, we're sorry. And he immediately was like, all's forgiven. It's cool. Thank you for retracting it and apologizing. We all make mistakes. It was just like a really... I remember reading it the first time, like, is he being serious or is he fucking with him right now? But I got to tell you, man, I was really impressed with him.
You like the mooch?
I did. Now, he's not going to be the guy that does he's going to be like the overall communications director. So I guess Sarah Huckabee, Sanders Huckabee, she's going to take over the Sean Spicer role now. But this guy was like, no, you should just have him at the podium every day. Like, he was light, he was loose. He answered everybody's question.
I heard it was more plain talk. It wasn't kind of like Washington speak, but more like Trump would talk.
And they say that he's really close with Trump, and they kind of have the same background. This guy came from really humble beginnings and is some big shot entrepreneur or businessman, made a shitload of money. And he kind of speaks Trump's language. So they think some of those misfires where it's like Trump saying one thing and his communications team is saying something else probably won't happen as much. But honestly, there seemed like and I'm sure you picked up on it too, whether it was Sanders, Huckabee, whatever, or Spicer, there seemed like this like puffed up chest take on the media, like they were biting into what the media was saying. And this guy felt different. It felt more like
looser.
It felt more like I'm not gonna add fuel to this fire. We're gonna be friendly, we're gonna be cordial, we're gonna be respectful and professional, and we're not gonna do this like more fake news. It's more fake news. And I think that'll be really helpful.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be sitting at that seat, so I don't know.
Well, you and I called it that Spicer would be the first one out of the administration, right? That was pretty obvious. And I think the over-under was 6 months, and it was 6 months and 3 days that he left. I wonder if he had money on it or knew people with money on it. I was like, I'll just wait it out over the 6 month mark.
Did you really think he was going to make 6 months?
No, I thought he'd be gone in like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. It was painful to watch that stuff. Like everything thrown at him.
He kind of was gone after like 4 though, because Sarah moved in under the guise of, well, Spicer, we gave him a promotion.
Yeah,
and I know he did technically have 2 different roles that he was kind of working. Yeah. But it did feel like, okay, this isn't going well. We need to get a different voice in here.
Yeah. And it sounds like Trump wanted to keep Spicer too, and Sean was like, you know what? I think it's best if I step out, go into the private sector, make actual money, and let these guys have a clean slate to do what they do. But no shock. We thought for sure. I don't know who it was. I think Sean was the one that we thought would be blown out first. I know who's Kellyanne Conway's another one. We were like, I don't know how long this can last, but he was more frontline visible every day. So that's why I was like, dude, there's just no way you can do this for any significant amount of time.
Oh, we're forgetting though General Flynn blown out because of the Russian contacts.
Yeah.
So he was technically the first one, I guess. But
yeah, that's true.
Hey, we've all heard that SUVs are the hottest selling vehicles on the planet. As luck would have it, our friends at Zott Ford and Holly happen to be Metro Detroit's SUV headquarters with massive inventories and wickedly low prices. For example, Lease the class-leading 17 Ford Escape for just $122 a month, or lease a family fun 17 Ford Edge at only $155 a month. Finally, lease the incredibly capable 17 Ford Explorer for $222 a month, only at Zott Ford and dealsinthed.com.
The body of Spanish painter Salvador Dali.
Love his work. Actually, I don't. His work is weird.
Melted clocks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's Dali, right?
Yeah, you familiar with that shitty?
Yeah, actually, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah,
but
pull something up and throw it on. It's weird shit, man. Dude was on some major acid trips. I
don't know why, but I always thought these people were way older than they are. Dali didn't die until, that long ago, 89 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would have thought early 1900s, but just guessing.
Hold on.
No one way or the other.
Dali was when he died at the age of 84 in 1989.
Wow.
Why? Doesn't it just seem like it would have been like he was a painter from 1846 to 1898?
He seems like one of those iconic names.
Yeah. That happened with someone else recently that died, and it was like, wait, he died in 2001? What?
Huh.
And it was some huge name like Dali. Anyway, his body was exhumed for a paternity test on Thursday night, and they said the artist's trademark mustache, and Google the image if you want, or if you're watching us on YouTube, E can pull it up for us. Flawless, intact, still, all these years after being buried. That son of a bitch's mustache is hanging in there.
Oh man! So there's just this skeleton and like this.
Is that possible? Look at that.
Ha!
They say experts said
Hold on,
Dali's.
I've seen other pictures of him with just a thicker, more.
No, I love that though. Hold that
stash.
Hold that picture for a second, E, because I didn't know what this meant at first, but they said Dali's whiskers remained in the classic shape of 10 past 10. Referencing the.
That's 10 past 10.
That's 10 past 10.
No question.
Because I was looking at this picture and I'm like, 10 past 10, more like 9:15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great point.
But I see that and it's like, that is 10 past 10.
How does he get the lift on that?
Oh, there's some sort of wax.
There's some.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a cable. Is there some sort of cable behind his head that we don't see?
Maybe that is
Fishing
like
line?
in his hair that's pulling it up like that.
How do you get the lift?
I think it's a proper twist and a little bit of wax.
I can understand, getting the twist and waxing that together, but the lift.
Yeah, but see what he's done though. He's thinned it out though, Jay. He's not doing it overly thick, which would droop of weight.
Yeah, make it the classic Fu Manchu.
Yeah, that would be a classic Fu Manchu that he's gelled up.
That is so odd. How do you find that? How do you do so much to your mustache, but yet leave the brows untweezed as they are?
Oh my Lord!
Look at how unkempt those brows are.
Give me 30 seconds and a pair of tweezers,
Dude,
and I could just
give me two tweezes. Three.
I think you need 3 per brow. We're going here.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to have a few minutes to clean this up over here, but we can live with it.
But if the stage left brow is any indication of the stage right, which we can't clearly see in this image, I would say 3 more tweezes and you're done. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Yep. God, that is remarkable to put that much time and effort into a stash and then just leave.
You can't just go pinky.
Yeah.
Lick the pinky.
Take a little extra of that gel you've just been smearing and just like pink.
Gel down those 3-inch eyebrows, my man.
It's like the documentary we were watching, the HBO one with Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, and that unibrow? Holy fuck.
It was just painful. It's like, dude, okay, it's the 80s, and it's just like this block of Sharpie, black Sharpie, thick across his entire forehead.
He clearly took action at some point.
At some point he did, but it was embarrassing how many images and videos they had of this guy with this just caterpillar across his whole forehead.
It's crazy.
I don't know how you walk out of the house and expect to be taken seriously looking like that. So anyway, Dali, they said when they dug him up, they removed his hair, nails, and 2 long bones to find genetic samples to be used in this paternity test.
It's pretty drastic, man. I mean, there's paternity allegations all the time. Is this like his family going, no, we're gonna put this to rest. We're actually gonna grab some of his DNA and prove that you are not part of this family, so stay out of our fortune.
Yeah,
is that a move by the family?
I don't know, but you're right. It seems extreme because we've always seen, and obviously he's not producing saliva or semen at this point, but we've seen just like a cotton swab or steal a cigarette butt or a can of Coke, and you get the DNA you need, and it's like now we're yanking bones out of his body.
Well, I think they don't want to go back for seconds. I think it's one of those things like, all right, we've disturbed this dude once. Let's make sure.
The claims are by this chick. She's 61. Pilar Abel. She's a tarot card reader. Tarot, yeah. Who says her mom was banging Dali when he was in town.
Well,
the Secretary General of the Dali Foundation, said that Dali's remains, including his mustache, are well conserved, mummified after the embalming process was applied 27 years ago.
that's what I was going to say. Gary, the dead body expert, has told us about that, how bodies can be in totally different states depending on the environment and everything.
Yeah.
I wondered if he was more mummified, and that's what kind of kept that stash in pristine condition.
So if you open it up, would you see a face, or is it just a skull with a stash?
You know how you see like those leathery, gross faces, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, a body was found. It was 30 years in a garage, and here it is. And you and I think, oh, a horror movie, it's going to be like complete skeleton. Well, maybe not, depending on the environment. And maybe that's what we had, just more of a leathery look.
I just don't know that. Why would a mustache stick around, though? You would just think.
Where's hair going to go, though? I mean,
I guess if it's. But I just think of a skull. Eventually, you're just going to have skull and bones after 27 years.
Yeah.
But I guess they embalm the shit out of him, and he's mummified. So that obviously is helping.
Here's the 10 past 10. See, that's more what I saw. That last image he had up was extreme, dude. I mean, it was
older.
Thing was 8 inches long on each side, but this is more what I've seen.
And that's doable.
Yeah.
That's doable.
I can understand how you get that lift.
Mm-hmm. If this chick is proved to be his daughter, she could claim a significant portion of his estate, which is now in the hands of a public foundation. I don't think he had any kids, so it's like it goes to this public foundation.
Oh, so the public foundation's like, fuck yeah, pull him up, man. Grab his bones, prove her wrong.
Yeah. Well, if they have to give all that money back, like that's gone to them, I mean, this is a tough
real
one
incentive to prove this or disprove it.
The foundation took steps to make sure no images of this process may emerge in public before work in the crypt began. Mobile phones were put in a deposit. They like locked them away, and a marquee was installed under the museum's glass dome to prevent any like video from drones up above. I guess they got an open dome there. The samples will take a few weeks to figure out what's going on there. And they said if it's proved that she's not his daughter, they're going to sue immediately to her for all like the legal fees and stuff, which could be pretty outrageous. I'm thinking. Although she's got some help, as I said, she's a tarot card reader, so she should be able to see.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
Yeah, how this is going to play out. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'll save a couple of these other stories we've got here, Jay. Why don't we get to some email?
Sure. Before we get to email proper, Mike, I would like to engage in the reading of posts, if I might.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I have here in my hand the Holland Harbor Lighthouse.
Well,
this was sent to me by Sweet Pie.
What?
Yeah, Sweet Pie must have sent this when we were out in Holland. Standing on the South Pier of Holland, Michigan, this colorful lighthouse is a landmark as well as a beacon for fishermen and mariners along Lake Michigan's eastern shoreline. Dear Dad, Mike, and Big E, I wanted to send you this postcard from my trip to Grand Haven and Holland.
Yeah.
My favorite part was jumping in the waves. Mike, you should try it sometime. It's fun.
I've done it.
Big E, I got a picture with Ben Franklin on the bench in Holland. Bye. Oh, she spelled bye wrong.
She
spelled
did?
it B-Y-E. Love Sweet Pie. Well, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, let me see your handwriting. Wow. Night and day better than ease. Legible. Yeah, look at it, poops. Remember the girl that kicked your ass, the 40-pound girl that kicked your ass in the hot dog eating contest, E?
Yes.
Yeah, she sent us that postcard.
She sent us that, and her handwriting's way better than yours, too. She's like 40 pounds. Pink princess
Holy
T-shirts.
hell.
She's
fluffy earrings.
Yeah, that's pretty good handwriting.
Nate writes in concerning member content. Unpretentious lawyer, physically fit cult leader, and well-adjusted off-spectrum producer.
I like this guy.
It's curious. I recently got myself caught up in all the great member area content. I would recommend to anybody out there who might be on the fence about joining to go ahead and join.
Very good.
DetroitCast.com. There you'll find a member content tab, and all you do is click on that, and you'll be directed to the site, and you can find a level of support that suits your needs. But there's a lot of member content that's locked down to only members.
Yep.
And
I think our last entry was a conversation, the backstory to our Noel Monk interview.
Yeah.
I think we broke that down for everybody about what actually took place and what we went through.
We actually,
which will make more sense for how the interview went when you listen to that.
Right. There's a ton of great stuff in there, says Nate, and I definitely say it's worth the money. However, I have a problem with one of the most recent uploads. It's really part of an ongoing problem I seem to have with Jay. During discussion about the children of celebrities, you referenced Ricky Schroeder's daughter, and Jay, as he is known to do, declared that her ass was too big. It was absurd, dude.
Her ass was perfection.
With a quick search on my Google machine, I was easily able to determine that this was just another example of Jay's opinion on women being fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jay's inability to ever give any woman credit for being attractive is a really weird personality quirk. His first quirk, the extreme frugality, is easily explained by his oppressively meager upbringing. The roots of this other quirk seem to still be buried behind his onion layers. Maybe it stems from being in a monogamous relationship and no woman can live up to the way he views his wife. Maybe
true.
Gab is insanely jealous and he's just trying to avoid the conflict.
Nope.
Maybe he wasn't praised enough as a child and just has trouble giving anyone credit for anything.
That's true. Yeah, he is very
Whatever
true.
the reason, it's fucking weird. And I feel the show should no longer value Jay's opinion on how hot anyone is or how big anyone's ass should be.
Yeah.
Peel those layers, Jay. You'll never move past the problem if you don't first admit you have a problem. Dictated but not read. Nate, look.
I'll let you explain what this is all about, Jay, because there's a very good explanation for this.
The truth is, I sometimes go overboard. I sometimes just take something a little too far.
It was like the perfect ass that she had, and I'm just like, I'm looking at it like, oh my God. And Jay's like, I gotta be honest, it's a little too big. And it's like, oh, fuck you, man. I think you were being a smart
you
ass.
looked at me like, what the
I think
you
were
madman.
Take it back. I can't be in the same room with you.
Yeah, you were offended.
Here's a quick explanation as to why Jay is such a dick with hot chicks. Jay thinks that most women who are declared hot are just willy-nilly declared that. Like anybody that's got a semi-decent body, it's like, man, that chick's hot as fuck.
I believe words matter.
Yeah.
And I want there to be a standard.
Yeah.
I want hot to truly be kept for a hot chick. I don't want just any, wow, she's blonde and has big tits. She's fucking hot, dude.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Hold on, back up. Well, she's in a movie, dude. She's fucking hot. No, Cameron Diaz, perfect example.
Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Please, take a look at Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Please, critically take a look at her and tell me she's fucking hot.
Matt Riley ran into her at a Super Bowl.
I bet she looked awesome in real life, right?
He said his words were, dude, she is covered in acne. She was hideous. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I don't know what they're doing to her on screen, but it was not good.
Yeah. So my whole point is just try to be discerning, and I've taken it too far. I understand that now.
Well, I
have.
I don't even blame you, because I think it's for someone with your attitude. Like, look, I've known Jay for a long, long time. He's never, ever given a shit about some celebrity, or he's never given a shit about a model. He looks at them as people. They're no different than you, and I'm not going to worship them. He's been like that since the day I met him. And so when he sees every chick who turns up in a magazine is gorgeous, 10, perfect, hot, to him, it's and so I think that's why you overcompensate.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm just not going to declare that girl
back
a 10.
a little hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't blame you, but that ass was perfection.
There was nothing wrong with that ass, and I.
Thank you.
I went too far.
Yeah.
But you got to admit, it was Ricky Schroeder's head on that body.
I wasn't even looking at the head. I don't even know how you noticed it had a head. Like, seriously, how did you notice the head when that ass was sitting there? E, can you please pull up that picture
I
again?
couldn't remember her fucking name, to be honest with you.
Ricky Schroeder's daughter's ass.
I got it. Yeah.
Faith or something. Because remember,
Heaven.
No, it was Faith, because Mike did this whole bit just to be able to play off the name Faith.
No.
Brad writes in, hi guys, love the show, and the interview with Mr. Monk was hysterical. So Mr. Monk is, of course, Noel Monk of the Van Halen fame. Is it just me, or did he sound like a cross between Larry Flint and Joe Walsh?
Yeah. There was some Flint in there.
Definitely a little Flint.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit of Mr. Costanza as well. Like, if
Yeah.
you want to pin it on something, pin it on that!
Yeah. When he gets heated.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
See,
Her
that
ass
one,
is fat.
Yes, that's...
You had to pull up that blue bikini one. She might have been 12. I don't know. But,
Yeah.
dude, that one,
Yeah,
no.
that's
That's not.
Shit. Where? Let me find the one. I just put.
Oh, Jesus.
Faith.
Now you
She's wearing a
ruined,
blue
the
bikini.
whole premise of this whole
Yeah.
thing.
In fairness to us, we didn't see that shot. She
Yeah.
could have packed that on in a month.
I looked up the same name. I did.
P.S. says Brad, Jay, like you, I am loving Detour, and if you ever want to pop your mountain bike cherry, there's a great trail in your neck of the woods that I could show you. Let me know. It will change your life.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Isn't it
let me
Le
know,
Tour?
Brad. Le Tour de France.
Did he say Detour?
He did. Yeah, Le Tour de France, which wound up today. Congratulations
Wow.
to Chris Froome.
Chris Froome. Oh, yeah. He was my favorite
Yeah.
all along. I bet on him early.
Jim writes in, following up on Van Halen. I know you seemed bummed by that interview of Noel Monk, but that was so authentic for a band like Van Halen in the heyday of the band. I would rather hear that than a fake interview with the actual band. By the way, I will take the book if that 2 first-name dude skips out. My favorite band of all time. Too bad they all turned into cocksuckers. The first-name dude, what was his name? Steven Phillips or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, he did follow up with us, and he's got the
He's
book.
taking it.
Yeah.
No, our frustration was we had way more material and questions for him of great material in that book, and it's
just interesting subject matter.
Yeah.
And a lot of things to dig into, and my man made it clear within 3 syllables that he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, that he was a little intoxicated, and it made it hard for us to do the interview that we wanted to do, which I think would have, while it came out fine, it just could have been awesome. And we both thought
it was fun.
Yeah. And yelling at Noel Monk is pretty cool. That was fun.
My second favorite, Noel writes in. Greetings to Han Solo, the Ewok, and the Wookiee. Sorry. Per your conversation about the new Star Wars park at Disney, I read an article that mentioned they may make guests pay separate to visit that portion of the park. So, Mike, you're kind of onto something when you said they should make it a separate park.
Yeah, like they're a totally separate park. Didn't they do that with Epcot, though? Don't you pay different prices
there's
to go
different
to
parks.
Epcot?
Yeah. There's definitely like 5 different parks, and you can buy like a pass that gets you into all of them, or you can buy to 1 or 2 or 3, whatever you want.
Yeah.
And this one, I think, is going to be at the Hollywood Studios Park, which is already one of the set ones.
Yeah.
While it does suck Jabba balls, says Noel, it makes total sense for a corporation to suck every dime out of you. You know Star Wars fans across the world will pay extra. This brings up 2 major questions. 1, will you be able to go right in the Star Wars park without hitting the other Disney crap? Or do you have to pay twice? You know the answer to that, Noel. You're going to have to pay twice. Bottom line.
Really? So you don't think they'll have a separate entrance where you can just do the Star Wars thing?
I don't know.
Probably
they
not.
milk your ass so bad at Disney.
Yeah.
Number 2, does that mean there is room for growth to expand said Star Wars park? Shit, they could even separate it like they do Disney into different sections, i.e. the Republic, the Federation, Mos Eisley, Tatooine, etc. How badass would it be to go on into a replica of the Millennium Falcon, or to have a drink in the Star Wars Cantina?
Wow.
I'm with you, Noel.
Would be sweet.
Anyway, I was there a few years ago when they had the big Star Wars parade commemorating the purchase from Lucas to Disney. I, too, Jay, am glad that they took the keys from the old man. I just rewatched episode 1 and 2, and while they're okay, they could have been better. Hell yeah, they could have been better. Darth Maul is the only thing that kicks major ass, and they killed him off too fast. Fellow Star Wars nerd Noel.
A Rogue One, that was a Star Wars story, but
an
not
offshoot, yeah.
Offshoot, okay. I started to watch that, and I was like, wait, where's the black guy and the stormtrooper? Which movie am I watching? And I was like, I think this is one of the spin-off ones.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a good one, though. That's worth watching.
Yeah.
Unlike Wonder Woman.
Ooh. Joel's not going to like hearing that.
JPC 4th, not
JPC the 4th, sorry. Yeah. Maybe if he sent me tickets, I'd go check it out and myself. And no, I'm kidding.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Yes, very good. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to everybody that came out to the Hamlin Pub and Kowalski. Great local company for sponsoring that. We had a lot of fun out there. And thanks to all of you, of course, for coming out and supporting it. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.